not just from that island, but from for the rest of their life when they travel or when they go back home? That's a question that I ask you. So, what's happening? Weekly travel news sponsored by Peaks Cruises and Tours. If you ever want to find additional travel news and travel trends, you can always go to the Peaks Cruises and Tours website. There's lots and lots and lots of weekly news that pops up. All you have to do is search for it. There's a tab on the page, and you can look up travel news, and you can sign up for a newsletter, and you will get travel news weekly. We don't inundate you with lots and lots of garbage, but you will get some really good information, and some of it is stuff that I talk about here on the podcast. So, two new Cirque du Soleil at sea shows will be coming to MSC Cruise Lines. They've announced they're set to play exclusively aboard the MSC Grandiosa. The two original never-before-seen productions were custom created for MSC Cruises as part of an outstanding overall onboard experiences. So the cruise lines are really trying to outdo themselves, or not themselves, but each other. They're up in the antes when it comes to these shows, and people have decided, and it's really funny because my son works on one of the cruise lines, and he's part of the cast of these shows. And prior to him being in one of the casts, I never went to the shows. Never. I don't know why. I just didn't. But now I go to the shows. Amazing shows. I've never been to New York on Broadway. That's my next step. Checklist, bucket list. I will be doing that. He's going to make it to Broadway. Yes, he is. I'm claiming it. But now what they're doing is they're giving you Broadway quality shows on these cruise lines, and they're vying for them, they're paying for them, and they are amazing shows. So you can have your vacation on the seas and see some amazing shows. So the show on the MSC's Cosmos, Journey to the Unbelievable, and Eccentrics, Expect the Unexpected. Two distinctive productions will take place in one of the most intimate venues ever created by Cirque du Soleil. And if you've ever seen Cirque du Soleil in Vegas or any place, you know that these shows are absolutely amazing. And the fact that they're bringing them to the high seas is going to be entertainment beyond belief and awe-inspiring. I'm looking forward to that. Engineered to rotate, the Carousel Lounge is engineered to rotate 360 degrees like a carousel. It's an intimate space that will hold up to 400 guests per performance. So the acrobats and the spotlights and this, it's just going to be super duper crazy. So if you're looking for it, they launch November 2019. I think you need to get on board, guys, and go see what's going to happen. So here's a question. Here's the next bit of travel news that has me a little concerned. So the FBI toxicology report in the last Dominican Republic death of U.S. tourists came back and supported natural causes. My problem with that is it was a couple, two Americans on vacation in the Dominican Republic, husband and wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever they were. Both of them died of natural causes at the same time. Really? How often does that happen, folks? We know there's been some problem with tainted alcohol. We know there's been some problem with some really weird stuff going on in Dominican. Really weird stuff. But for you to come back and say that toxicology shows that they've died of natural causes, a couple, two people, I'm a little concerned with that exposure. I think a little more investigation needs to be done. I'm not satisfied with that. What are your thoughts? Just let me know. So, AAA reveals U.S. travelers' top destinations for international vacations. So, looking at it, Travelers, U.S. travelers, according to AAA, like Rome, London, Dublin, and Paris, and warm weather locations like Cancun, Montego Bay, and Punta Cana. 80% of the respondents have taken at least one vacation outside the United States, and 77 million of Americans have rented or used personal vehicles while on a trip. I think that's interesting. That's a lot of people. Do you guys drive when you go to foreign countries? I'm a big chicken when it comes to that. Real big chicken. So in the last 18 months, here are the top international destinations for U.S. travelers. Rome, Cancun, London, Dublin, Ireland, Paris, France, Montego Bay, Jamaica, Punta Cana, Dominican Republic, Vancouver, British Columbia, Munich, Germany, and Barcelona, Spain. Cool. Let's see how many of those I've been to. Mexico, can't been to Cancun, have not been to London, have not been to Dublin, have not been to Paris, have been to Montego Bay, have been to Punta Cana, have been to Vancouver, have not been to Munich, and have not been to Barcelona. So I've got some places to go. I've been to Europe, but none of those places. So my friends in Canada, according to Global News, the Canadians are starting to plan their winter holidays. And while destinations like Fort Lauderdale and Cancun remain the top popular choices for many, some are deviating from the norm and trying some new destinations. So here are the top 6: Montego Bay, Jamaica; Kauai, Hawaii; Sao Paulo, Brazil; Cancun. This is what I found out, Canadians, about Cancun. It's cheapest to fly in and out on a Friday for you guys. So if you're planning a vacation for Cancun, book it to fly in and out on Friday. Singapore is another new destination for you guys. And then Kingston, Jamaica. I was very interested in that one. So that is travel news brought to you by Peaks Cruises and Tours. I hope you've enjoyed learning some of the destinations. So if you are interested in those destinations, of course, you can go to the Peaks Cruises website. You can actually search those destinations, and some information will come up for you to get, to do a little more research right there. And you can actually research packages that include these destinations in case you're interested. I hope you will take a look at it. So I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, we're going to talk about Cruise Critics' 10 terrible cruise habits you need to break, and then our friends over at The Wireless Traveler. This is Karen Duncan, your host of Your Bucket List Buster. I'll be back in a minute. So I hear that Alaska is one of the top destinations on people's bucket list. Well, guess what? Peaks Cruises and Tours and Your Bucket List Buster is headed to Alaska in 2020. That's right, June 23rd through July 2nd, 2020. We are headed back to Alaska. Mitchell and I went to Alaska in 2019, and it was so much fun. We came back and said, hey, friends, family, listeners, whoever, you've got to see this place. It is awe-inspiring. It was spiritual. It made me cry. It literally made me cry. 9 days. Best of Alaska, highlights of Alaska. We're going to see Sitka, Juneau, Skagway, Icy Strait Point, Ketchikan, Victoria, British Columbia. We're going on the Norwegian Sun out of Seattle, and right now Norwegian is still offering discounted and free air from cities within the United States. If you're coming in from outside of the United States, these discounted airfares do not apply as of right now, but we can help you search for some really good airfare if you're interested. Join us in Seattle. We're going to go in a day or two early so we can take some tours of Seattle. I've never been to Seattle, so I'm really curious. So we've got ocean view with balcony, we've got ocean view, and we've got inside cabins. And with the free at sea promotions, you can get free unlimited open bar, specialty dining, shore excursion credits, Wi-Fi. It's just amazing some of the things that you can get at the free at sea. Plus, with you going with our group, you're going to get some onboard credit, and we're going to have a private cocktail party for just our group. Right now, we've got 30 people going. If you've ever wanted to go, this was the time to go. $50 per person holds your reservation, and you have until February the 20th to make your final payment. If you can't go by then, the money that you put down, you can get your deposit back, guys. It's no risk. Come go with us. Contact us. We really would like for you to go and see Alaska. You can go fishing while you're there. You can go hiking while you're there. You can go to the see whales while you're there. Go whale watching while you're. You can go to the dispensaries while you're there. There's a whole cannabis tourism thing going on in Alaska right now. This is going to be the trip of a lifetime. Grab your friends, your own group of friends. Tell them to come go with us. Grab your family members. This, I tell you, is just awe-inspiring. So anyway, come contact us. Let us know that you want to go. We've got some space that we're still holding on to. We would love to have you. This is Karen Duncan, your bucket list buster, wanting you to be on the Norwegian Sun with us in Alaska, June 23rd. We look forward to seeing you.
You're listening to your bucket list buster with Karen Duncan.
So, talking about cruises and what we should and should not do, according to our friends over at Cruise Critic, 10 terrible cruise habits you must break immediately. The first one goes without saying. So, cruise ships range from 100 passengers to thousands. The largest ships can hold up to 6,000 passengers. And so with that, when you have large numbers of people in a common space, just like being a daycare, you got to wash your hands, folks. Please, please, please. Anywhere you go on vacation, make sure you wash your hands continuously, please. So the number one bad habit that you must break when you go on a cruise is not washing your hands. Second one, smoking on your balcony. It's not just dangerous and a fire hazard, but the smoke blows into your neighbor's veranda, and they don't appreciate that. Plus, it's against the rules. I don't know if you know, but when you go on a cruise, there's a page that you print out when you print out your documents, and when you print that out and agree to everything, you're agreeing to following those rules. And one of the rules is not smoking on your veranda, but smoking only in the areas that they've designated as smoking areas. So stop smoking on your balcony. I said it. Saving seats. Okay, I've been guilty of this. I don't do it for long periods of time, but I have been guilty of this. Be courteous. If there's nobody in the chair, give it up to a shipmate who's just shown up. So, especially in warm destinations, you get there, you've got some friends that you're traveling with, you get there early, you put your stuff on a seat so that you get the best seats around the pool so that you guys can just have a day of laying around and relaxing by the pool and seeing the activities that they have going on there. Well, you're not supposed to save those seats. You're not. You're not supposed to put your stuff down, then go to breakfast and come back. You're not supposed to save yours, put something in each seat so that it looks like somebody's in those seats, go to breakfast or lunch and come back. You're not supposed to technically do that. People do it all the time, but we're not supposed to. And I do believe that they should have a rule, and like at Sandals, there's a 30-minute rule. If you put something down, maybe it's an hour. But if you put your stuff down and you're not back, then they move your